welcome to this draw and chat session we've got going on here. These are a few first pages of my new sketchbook. Now, I didn't start at the very beginning because it's always so daunting to start on the first page, so I'll get back to those eventually. But I'm really enjoying this paper so far. It's a nice warm color to it. And I just drew these dog people because why not? I guess I wanted to draw their sweaters as well. I'm very into crocheting lately, so that's what you get. So let's jump into it. So to begin, I am mostly going to be talking about Patreon and what my plans are for that in the future. So if you've been a Patreon member or are just an interested party, then listen in. I would really love your opinions. So I am asking something from you. Sorry, but not sorry. So to start, I'm just going to tell you what my Patreon currently offers real quick. So there's the digital tier that has wallpapers and behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes I put out videos, things like that. The behind the scenes really have everything that I don't share on social media. Sometimes it's pieces that it's like the making of, and then I do the final on social media. Some of it only lives on Patreon. Like I do crochet work, I do big painting every once in a while, printmaking, all these things that I don't usually share a ton of out in the internet. And so it really is exclusive in that way. And then I have a physical tier where I make a postcard and a sticker every single month, and I paint the envelopes, I write a little note. Like, it's a lot of work, but I really enjoy doing it. So those two tiers have been what I've been running for maybe 2 or 3 years now. I can't even remember when I made the update. Oof, it's been a while. And that's kind of the point. After a few years, I feel like everybody should revamp their Patreon and ask themselves, is this system working for me? Because we all have very different lives than we used to, I'm sure. Because I moved back to Oregon this year, and for the last 2 years, I have not had as consistent of work as I would have hoped. So all of those factors kind of come together to just be like, hey, what's the plan for the future here? What's going on? And I really want to make more time for making children's books. My goal is to be an author and an illustrator, and that takes a lot of time, especially when I'm kind of building from the ground up my writing career. So to make time for that, I have, when I first moved also, just to make time for life, I paused my Patreon. And then the next month I paused it. And the next month I paused it. And it's been on pause for a while. And I came back in October for one little blip. But then since then it was a huge relief to pause it. And when that feeling of relief overcomes you so suddenly, it's like, okay, whoa, was I really overworking myself? And what for? Can this be better? So I want to outline the idea I have for the future. So at the beginning of this thought process for me, I considered getting rid of Patreon altogether. I thought maybe it's time to just focus on one part of my career and kind of drop the online portion as much. And now I'm feeling like if I really structure this and give it a good hearty go, something great could come from it. Not that I expect it to, but I feel like I've made really good headway with Patreon, and I'm so grateful to every single one of my patrons. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just feel like there's potential there, so I'm gonna try. That brings me to what I want to structure the future of Patreon around. My idea is to narrow it down to one tier. This tier would have a behind-the-scenes home, so I would still be able to update about all the fun things I'm working on. I would also include videos, and this is something where I want to treat it more like I do my art. I want to see it as as a creative outlet, as painting or drawing or things like that, and really just try to make fun videos. Not necessarily every single time it's going to be like, what was I up to this month? It can be vlog style, it could be sketchbook review, it could be anything I want it to be, really. And so if you're down for that, that would be part of this. I would also include a store discount, a hefty one. And this is kind of bringing me to the point of how it would connect with my old structure / current structure. I really love sending people stuff. I want to make sure that you can get whatever you want from me in any way, shape, or form. So my idea is that the discount would kind of have this connection to my shop, and on my shop I can drift over the physical tier that I have now. So instead of having one per month of postcard and sticker, what I would do is offer a monthly goodie for sale on my shop. And patrons would, of course, get a discount. And so it would be, roughly the same price as what I am offering now, except it would be one goodie, and it would be up to you if you want it. You could see the goodie and see if you actually want to buy it, instead of it just being a given that you're subscribed every single month. And then also I can take months off if I feel like it. I can be like, hey, here's a goodie, or here's two goodies, or completely different ones. They don't have to be postcards and stickers. I can make washi tape and bookmarks and all the fun stuff that I've been waiting to make. And I would offer it on my store, and then people would have access to it outside the Patreon, of course, but then if you are a patron, you get a discount. And I'm hoping that can be my way of kind of replacing the physical tier and giving myself the flexibility that I really yearn for. So that is my idea of how to make it now. Oh, I forgot. I was thinking of making quarterly, like 4 times per year, maybe 2 times per year, I don't know, a raffle to for only my patrons to give away an original, which I think would be really fun because I really love sending people original artwork. I think there's just something so different about seeing a piece in person that I can never really capture through picture or video quite the same way. So sending somebody something, and I know I can't make a million originals for everybody, but that kind of thing could be a really good incentive for people to pay attention to the Patreon. It'll at least give me an excuse to, advertise a certain way, which I am so bad at advertising myself, you guys. But I am going to try to change that this year or next year, 2025. That is my goal. I am going to be on top of actually getting myself in front of people's eyeballs and not feeling like I'm annoying about it. So my big question to you guys is, what do you think? If your friend was texting you with their idea of what they wanted to do with their Patreon, what would your reply be? I want it to be super casual, like you can say anything, and I'm just curious, do you have any thoughts about that structure? What is or isn't valuable to you, even if you don't plan on signing up? And also, how much do you think would be fair for that one tier in terms of price? How much would you pay for behind the scenes looks, a video every month, and a store discount? I wonder. I have a price range in mind, but that does not mean that it's the same as what you guys think. So I really want to know. We're kind of trying to bridge the gap between, I want it to be affordable. Times are tough. I totally get that. But also not undervaluing my work and what I'm putting out there, because I do think it really has a lot of value. It's just figuring out how to package it, man. It's so hard. But I've been frantically Googling at 3 a.m. what is the idea with Patreon? How can I get it to work for me in the way that I want it to? And of course, all of this hopefully will be scalable. The more people that join, the more and better stuff I can put out. And this is by no means a permanent change. I could change it anytime. This is just, my idea of what I would do. But I really want to take into consideration what you guys think I should do. So if you have an idea, it can directly correlate with what happens in the future. Speaking of the future, in January, I do plan on pausing the Patreon one more month so that I can have time to revamp the page, make new video, and hopefully get ahead on all of the month's rewards and things like that, because being ahead of schedule is key with everything. All that being said, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed our little dog journey here. I really enjoyed playing with the pastels and the colored pencils, and I think the colors turned out really fun. I hope to do more chats like this in the future. Maybe this will be like one of the videos that you could see on my Patreon. Ooh, plugging it already. And Happy New Year and Happy Holidays, and you're amazing, and bye.